Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita Selena. I'm an author and actress, and this week we are doing a shed demo, baking some bread, and even got a little taste tester with me. Let's get started.
Town, take the next flight out. I wanna go somewhere. Europe, 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 Europe. Let's go to Europe, Europe.
So if you'll remember back a couple years ago, I did a shed declutter, shuffle, refresh, and while that was great, I made do with what I had. At some point I knew this day was coming. I needed to get rid of this shed. It is disgusting inside of this thing. And I will definitely get to that later. I will show you guys the lovely surprises inside this shed. I had water damage, black mold, there were vermin building a lovely little home underneath this thing. Oh, there's Bruno helping. And termites. We had termites. I don't even know. Like, you name it, it's messed up. I mean, this thing is just so gross. So today's the day we finally take this down, and we are replacing this area with a patio, which I will show you guys in a later video. I'm very excited to show you that. And eventually we're putting an outdoor barbecue grill area here. So it's gonna look really cute. At least that's the plan for now. I don't know. My husband may change his mind, but I'm not sure. So stay tuned so that you guys can see the final result. But for now, we're going to take a quick break from the shed demo, and I've got a little surprise for you.
Okay, so I have discovered there is corn and wheat sporadically growing in my yard. So funny, I bought some seeds for corn, which I kind of already had. I don't know why I bought them, but whatever. And I had always been curious about wheat. So either the birds probably brought them through the yard when they're flying over from another neighbor's crop, or the wind could have blown who knows. I'm gonna work with it. I think this is gonna be really fun.
It's a brand new day.
Okay, back to the shed. These shingle things were barely hanging on by the tar that they were once applied with. Just more rotting. And since I was kind of doing this myself, it really was imperative that I kind of took the time to just piece by piece remove everything. So let me show you a lot of just the disgusting damage that was inside of this building. Then we'll get back to work.
Let's go to Europe, Europe. No more.
Okay guys, that shed demo is checked off the list, and now we're going to bake some bread. There are two ways that I have been attempting to bake bread, and the first way, which was a disaster, was with this bread maker. It took way too long, it never proofed correctly with the yeast. The recipe itself, I think, was just shenanigans. It was not the bread recipe nor method that I prefer. It was too dense. It was like a ball of bread. It looks cute, but trust me, it wasn't good. I have found a new way. That is a high altitude crusty French bread recipe. I live in a high altitude area in the mountains. That is 1 1/4 cup water, 2 tablespoons yeast, 1 teaspoon sugar. Let that yeast proof. Make sure your water's no hotter than 70 to 80 degrees or you will kill your yeast. This was a hard learning curve for me. Secondly, add all that into your sifted 2½ cups of flour with some salt. Stir it up. I have truffle oil here, but you can use olive oil. Lightly dab that all around your dough. This is going to help keep your dough moist while it is rising. We are going to do 2 rises with this dough.
Let's get out of this town, take the next flight out.
So the next thing we're going to do is put some saran wrap loosely over the top, and then a damp towel as well. And then we're going to set it aside and let it rise. I call this the set it and forget it time period. I just start doing a bunch of other things. So this takes pretty much no time at all to throw together.
Let's go to Europe, Europe.
So like I said, we're just gonna set it and forget it, and it usually takes about 45 minutes or longer for it to really rise that first time. So we're gonna make some breakfast. That's just a little egg scramble I threw together, and now I'm gonna make my favorite after breakfast treat with an iced coffee. Now I just use cold coffee from the morning brew that we did not finish. I'm not really too fancy with it. I do drink a lot of decaf though, not caffeinated. Y'all know I love my coffee, but the caffeine, I just can't handle it anymore. It makes me so anxious. So this is my favorite syrup, Torani. It is salted caramel. No, this is not sponsored. I sincerely really love this. I use an organic half and half. I stir it up and froth it up with my little baby frother there. That thing is so cute. I think I found it at Marshall's. I think over the Christmas season, I think I found it. And this thing has just been a ride or die so far, so I love it. Mix all that together and enjoy the iced coffee treat. I mean, I cannot get enough of this right now. I'm drinking these so many times every day now. Okay, so like I said, I just forgot all about this thing, was checking off my to-do list for the day, and we have a little bit of rising going on. So we are going to pull this saran wrap off quite gently. Sometimes it likes to stick to it. I wish I didn't have to use the saran wrap. I prefer not to, but that's what my directions had told me, so that's what I've been doing. And we're not going to do the kneading step that is normally called for bread. I'm just not a fan of doing that because I'm lazy. So we're going to pull this out, flour your pan. I do have a traditional Lodge cast iron bread loaf pan. I had just gotten that, but in this video I had not had it yet, and I had this cast iron pan, which is my favorite to cook with. So gently dump your dough into the loaf pan, and you're going to do 4 folds. So here's the first fold, 1, 2, and then we're going to do another one. My hands get sticky, so I just throw in tons of flour. It doesn't affect your dough. You're going to be good. Then there's 3 and 4, and we're going to put the seam of that down underneath on the pan. And now we're going to get it prepped to rise a second time. I'm just going to use the same piece of saran wrap that I had, And then I'm going to use the same damp towel as well. And we're just going to do the second, set it and forget it. And basically, I'm just looking for the height that I want. I don't really, time clock watch at all. I know a lot of people think you have to watch a bread dough like so carefully. I don't want to, and it comes out really beautiful. So again, we're just going to set that aside, and I am going to do some other chores. All right, we're back. It has risen. Look how huge that got. That is so cute. So you're going to preheat your oven to 450 degrees, set the timer for 22 minutes. Then when that 22 minutes goes off, you're going to lower your temperature to 400 degrees, reset your timer for another 16 minutes. This makes the crust really nice and brown and toasty, and on the inside it's going to be beautifully soft and fluffy. You're going to let it cool. If you cut into it before it cools, it will impact how fluffy it is on the inside. So make sure you have enough time for it to cool. I like to pull it out once it's cooled down enough to allow me to pull it out of the pan and then let it cool on a cooling rack.
Take the next flight out. Europe. Never looking back. Europe, Europe. Never looking back. Let's go to Europe, Europe.
Ah, Bruno, my little cuties. Here's my little taste tester. Of course, he's got to have the butter on it. He loves butter. Don't worry, I don't give him too much, but we have approval. Best bread of the day. He's so precious. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope this inspires you to make some bread. The recipe will be in the description below with the directions. See you next time.
Take the next flight out. I wanna go somewhere.